I give my love if I see you. I still can't stand. I give my love if I see you. I still can't stand.
K-Dub,
I
K-Dub,
never been the one
K-Dub,
for you to see
K-Dub.
through. I still can't stand. I never been the one for you to see through.
What's up? This your girl D. Welcome to my YouTube podcast, Red Cup Conversations, where we have real talks with real people. Today, I have a few guests on my first episode. My Lisa Mingo.
Yeah.
This is one of my good homegirls. You know, we was on rival basketball teams throughout most of our lives.
All our life.
So we really, we didn't really click much in school because we was rivals, but definitely a person that I've always looked to as a good individual, got her head on straight. A lot of, good content that she's been putting out through her podcast that I'm trying to make her bring back.
I'm retired.
So, thanks for being on the show today. Then I have my cousin, a real boss chick, genuine soul eagle.
Thank you, D. Thank you, D.
She's on the show today, Mignette.
Oh, yes, I'm
And
here.
she is also on the rise to being, a best-selling author worldwide.
Say that, D.
What's the name of the book that you have coming out?
The book is already out. That's going to be Dear Young Woman, Adjust Your Crown.
Okay.
Period.
Then I have my best friend, my right-hand man. This guy's been with me through some of the hardest times in my life. We with each other through thick and thin. So this is not unusual for him to be here, when I'm doing something important in my life. He always makes sure that he come through.
Oh,
Yep. Yep.
Thanks for everybody being on the show today.
Yes, sir.
We ready.
So first of all, we're just going to say that 2020 has been crazy. It's been a crazy year. We started off earlier in the year losing a legend, an icon, Kobe Bryant, his daughter, along with several others on a helicopter crash. And then we had the coronavirus pandemic come through and ruin the lives of millions, whether through, just slowing others' life down through unemployment. They're not able to feed their families, killing hundreds of thousands of people.
Yes.
It's just been a real rough year dealing with that, navigating through the virus. A lot of college graduates, high school graduates, not able to enjoy the spring semester like they should, so mentally, that's taken a toll. This whole pandemic has taken a toll on people. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about today, man. Mental health is so important.
It's real. Very.
No matter what race you are, everybody is dealing with their issues. But especially in the black community.
Yes.
Yes.
Especially in the black community as black individuals, we've always been designed to think that we have to be strong and that we have to mask our emotions.
Yep. Cover
and
up.
that's led to a lot of mental illness. So we're gonna touch on a couple things today. So just rock with us. We've had Tamar Braxton surprise everybody with a suicide
Yes.
attempt this year.
Wow.
We had Tory Lanez shoot Meg the Stallion. We're still trying to figure out that whole situation.
Stallion high, baby.
H-Town.
So yeah, the first thing I would like to touch on is a lot of people in high school not getting to attend proms, graduations, some of the best times in your life. I was
Yes.
saying that I attended prom every year, 9th grade through 12th grade.
Me
So
too.
I really don't know how it feels to not have those moments. And I can especially think back to like the last playoff game in basketball, how heartbreaking that was to realize that it was over.
See, to me personally, I guess my class, I think it was just my class, we really didn't care about prom. Prom was cool, but I'm from Bogalusa, and the thing that we looked forward to was the extravaganza. If it was 2012 and we didn't have that extravaganza, we
Something
would go
gonna
crazy.
happen.
Like that was the part of Bogalusa that brought everyone together. And to the generation now, that thing is prom. So I'm just thinking about me, high school me, not this having whatever you love the most being taken away, because the spring semester is usually the most fun semester. You do a lot of stuff off campus, and their spring semester was really locked down. And Deisha, you probably have, I don't know if you be on Twitter.
Yeah.
So now the UL freshmen are like everywhere on campus, and they're having parties and they're turning up, and they're like, why are y'all doing this? You know, the coronavirus is still going on, which it is, but these kids didn't have a prom. They didn't have, baseball season. They didn't have the end of basketball season. Could you really blame them for wanting to be out and about? Not just at UL, a lot of colleges around campus. These are 18, 19-year-old kids. You think they're going to be cooped up in a room?
They miss spring break.
Yeah, they miss all of that. They miss all of that. So, I mean, you can't blame kids for wanting to be kids. I just feel bad for them.
That's true. You brought up the extravaganza.
Yeah, that's throwback. That's throwback.
I danced on the extravaganza.
I danced every year. The extravaganza was the thing in Bogalusa.
Yeah.
And just generations are different. So what they look forward to is prom, and them not having prom, I know that's going to play a huge part in their like long term. You have your prom pictures, and even I look at my senior prom pictures, I'm like, girl, you just should have took your rump home, because what are you doing? But at least I had something to look forward to. These kids didn't even have the opportunity. And then their graduations, like, the field is spread out. I was this close to the people line. That's what high school is all about.
You say they didn't get the opportunity to be late for curfew.
Right.
Okay.
They didn't get the opportunity to even get in trouble. That's what spring semester is about.
Right.
I done egged so many ounces in my day in spring semester. But that's the time to get in trouble. It's beautiful weather. We just out and about. I feel bad I'm just happy that means. Sorry.
I definitely live my best life. During the spring semester of high school, because at that point you kind of feel like you really an adult, even though you have no idea what's about to happen.
You ain't no adult.
you thinking like, I could just do what I want to do. I'm 18 years old, and everything is gonna be fine, and you don't even understand like college is about to happen, and it's real. And then we have some people who didn't take the college route. You know what I'm saying? Who just go straight into real life, and it kind of hits them a little bit faster. So, but either way, it's a struggle because you transitioning, and just to touch on that mentally, that kind of shows where we were at that age. We didn't have a care in the world. And although like a lot of kids at 18 might suffer from like mild depressions, you know what I'm saying? In most cases. In some cases you have severe depression in kids who've just gone through things in their home life.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? That's uncontrollable.
So when do you think depression actually sits in? Like what age do you think it start to be defined as depression?
I don't really think
I think mine started in high school. I remember like I look at Facebook memories all the time, and I would see me post stuff like, oh, I need a psychiatrist. Oh, I need somebody to talk to. Oh, I'm going through something I didn't know what it is. And like you said, Deisha, in the black community, I wasn't taught about what depression is. When you see a person on the street, oh, they done went crazy. That's what people describe. Black people describe mental health. Oh, they done went crazy. Not that. Right. Like, oh, she on drugs. She like, no, I'm going through something. Feel me out. And I had no idea what it was. And you talk about their transition. My freshman year of college, all of my friends either went to Grambling or they went to Southern. I went to Xavier. And when I say I cried every day, and it wasn't because I cried because school was hard, but it was just like, oh my God, now I'm here by myself. I got to face my problems.
Man,
I got to face it because I'm by myself.
Give me a moment. Ooh. So I went to Nicholls State.
Told me about that.
I got a basketball scholarship there, and I played for a year. And that's kind of like when I figured out what depression was. Because literally in a small town, I did not have anybody. I had like the worst coach in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I had the worst.
Now why is he watching this? What is she watching this?
Yeah, she watching this. I want them to know that
you was a bad coach.
A lot of my depression. But I just was in a bad situation. And that's I had struggled, like you said, throughout high school. I had little moments where I would kind of like click out and go crazy a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And just, do stuff you do when you're young. And I never had an understanding of what it really was.
No one explains it, but your parents don't know about it.
Right.
Especially not in the black community.
And so another thing that I want to touch on too, this is a good valid point. A lot of us came from strong, single black mothers.
Oh, that's good.
Right.
Who Shout out to my mom. No choice but to
have no choice.
strong.
You know, now that I'm an adult, I sit back and, you know, I don't have children. I'm like, my mama had 3, you know, and working these minimum wage jobs. I think like, how did she do it? You know, I make okay money and I ain't got no kids, but she didn't have a choice.
Yeah, she didn't have a
She
choice.
didn't have a choice. I never remember her saying, you know what, I can't do this no more. No, she had no choice. She
had
made
no
it happen.
choice, right. And you know, we saw our parents just be superheroes. We never got to tap into what they was going through mentally because they wasn't gonna come to us and let us know like
They tried to shield us from everything.
right.
Yeah,
Shield
that's
us
true.
from the pain.
That's
And
true.
so when you grow up watching your mom be a superhero and watching everybody around you be so strong, it teaches you like, oh, I have to be strong too.
I have to do the same
It made
thing.
when I feel like I was like really going crazy. It made me feel ungrateful because people like, okay, you grew up getting everything that you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
You grew up, you know, being, oh, my Lisa, I know she's gonna be okay. You know, every class got that group of people like, oh, I know they're gonna be okay.
Yeah,
My friends was that group of people, so it made me feel like, okay, well, my Lisa, you supposed to be okay. You supposed to be my Lisa Mingo, my Lisa Kardashian. Why are you sitting here at night crying?
Right.
So it made me feel guilty because like, my mom would say like, it's people starving. I know it's people that got it worse off than you, but I don't know those people. All I know is me.
Right. How you know
I
is how
wake
you
up with
feeling
me.
every
I go
day.
to sleep with me. I eat with me. All I know is me. So I don't know why I'm feeling like this. And I know my mama tried so hard to understand me. She's a very smart woman, a very educated woman, but she has a master's in counseling. But it's different when it's your child.
And you know, I was thinking, I have a little cousin, and I was kind of explaining to her people a couple weeks back that sometimes you got to realize the things they went through back in the day
It's different.
is different than now.
different.
That's
so
true.
you really won't have a
The internet drove
right,
our generation
right,
correct.
right.
How
It's the
easy you
internet.
can access the internet, man. That'll
And you know the parents' favorite line is, "I've been there, I've done
done
that."
that.
you ain't done it.
Not
You
this.
ain't
Not
done
this.
it.
You ain't done it like this.
You ain't got the answer, Sway.
It's different.
Wasn't nobody in your inboxes because y'all didn't have no inboxes.
Right.
Okay.
It's different. Social media changed everything.
Everything.
'Cause I always see this quote that says, comparison is the thief of joy. When you say, oh man, my high school classmate doing so-and-so and I ain't even doing that, I'm effing up. I'm
Right,
messing
right,
up. I ain't got
right.
this. I'm not good enough. You drive yourself crazy thinking too much
Yep.
and comparing it to what other people know. Everything that glitters is not gold.
That's right. You don't know what's going on.
We
They
don't know
four
what
walls.
somebody else going through. And I
Exactly.
tell people, like, I respect every time when I see somebody just taking a social media break.
Ooh,
Taking
yeah.
weeks off, months off, whatever. That's really, and I know it's fun to do, catch up with people, but it's so necessary taking a break from all of that noise.
Man, you know, I did that in college. I had a calculus class, and I was determined that I was going to pass that class the first time, and I had so much going on that I took a social media break for the whole summer. Like, I deleted everything off of my phone, and thinking back to that moment, it was like really refreshing. Really, really refreshing. But it's kind of like we divulge into these things, you know what I'm saying? And we kind of let them consume us in a way. And I try to keep my problems for the most part off of social media. You know what I'm saying?
You have to
That's the
sometimes.
best way.
I
You
try
have
to
to.
keep my problems off of social media. Like, I try not to get on there and be like, and like you said, back in the day, I remember looking at some of my memories and some of the stuff I used to put on
Me too.
Facebook.
I'm so embarrassed.
I don't see why I never got jumped. I talk so much noise about everything and everybody. I look at like, girl, that's why people ain't like you in high school. You did too much.
But with age comes maturity. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Life is the most valuable lesson. Like, if you just keep living, you're going to learn. You're going to learn.
Exactly.
And the longer you live, the more humble you become.
Yes.
And
yes.
it's gonna humble you down because, you know, in high school you might have thought that you was just Billy the baddest, but
When real life hit you, like you'll think you the smartest thing in high school, but it's somebody smarter in college. Oh, you the cutest thing in your town. It's somebody better in college,
Right.
finer in college. That transition really wakes you up to say, wow, let me humble myself.
humble
Because life is so much
then
bigger.
after that, and then real life when them bills start coming in with your name
you
on
know,
it.
career.
And you're not where you want to be at.
You start feeling this. Come on, Mom, I'm broke. I'm broke.
I had light bill water. She like, okay.
That's life, baby.
What you
That's-
talking about?
that's
Yeah.
life.
in college, that's like one of the early things that would depress
Depress
you.
you, right.
Not having money. You know what I'm saying? I worked full time the whole time throughout college, and I don't know at the time, what was more depressing, me working full time? I really didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? I knew my mom would get me whatever I needed.
You was just a workaholic. We used to be hanging out for tailgate. We're like, what this shit? She had to work. Like, who works during homecoming week?
I knew, and that's one of the things what made me quit college basketball because, you know, of the many things that made me quit, I was always calling home for money. Yeah. Like, I was always calling home for money. And it just made me feel some type of way. I just felt like, man, I just want to go get away from this all, switch schools, get a job, and do it that way. You know what I'm saying? And it worked out. But over the years, I didn't realize, like, keeping myself busy like that. Yeah. Both working full time and going to engineering school, I had a lot of problems that I avoided, a lot of problems that I pushed to the side, a lot of mental issues that I just kind of like, oh, okay.
When your life on that fast track, though, all you know is all right. Like it was getting money. All right, I gotta get money. I gotta
get it. You know what I'm saying? And when I transitioned into my career, I used to always be like, man, if I make this amount of money, everything's gonna be okay. Mm-hmm. And then I got that amount of money and everything fell apart.
Okay? Yeah.
Everything fell apart. So I'm like, okay, I got the money, I got what I wanted, but
I'm still not happy.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And I look back at throughout my college days and working and going to school full time, I avoided a lot of things because I was just tired physically that I didn't feel like dealing with the mental aspect of it. You know what I'm saying?
That's draining too.
I tolerated a lot because I was always busy. So stuff that I shouldn't have been dealing with, I dealt with on the strength of my only focus was I gotta make it out of school. I thought that was gonna be like the end all be all. If I just graduate, man.
That's when it starts.
Yeah,
that's when it really hit.
I was just like, if I just graduate, all my problems gonna go away. You know what I'm saying? Everything is gonna be better, and I let things build up so much to where I crashed.
Yep. That's the same way with me. I will never forget. So building up, in high school, I was known as my Lisa Mingo, whatever. But when I got to college, that's when my Lisa Kardashian popped. I changed my Twitter name to my Lisa Kardashian my senior year of college. And I just thought it was fun. All right, whatever. I could get a couple tweets from Kim Kardashian. It's cool, whatever. All throughout college, I'm like, darn, I'm on TV. I'm here. I'm there. I'm everywhere. Like that really went from 0 to 100. It went from a concert to I'm flying to LA. Then I'm flying here. Then I'm on TV in London. I'm in TV. I'm on TV everywhere. Then I moved to Houston the first time after I graduated college, and that's when everything went. All right, now find yourself. I spent days in my apartment, by my beautiful apartment. My mama, helped me get whatever. I spent days sitting in the dark, crying, drinking, asking God, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Because when you on this fast pace, I'm in college.
You're not thinking.
You're not. I became a Delta. Then I flew to LA. Then I came back, and that it was so much stuff going on, and then hit the fan. Right. And I had to realize, okay, something's not right with me. I ended up going to a psychiatrist. They diagnosed me with bipolar. And when I sat and thought about my life from middle school, high school, I was always class president, student body president of this club, doing this, going there, being that, being this person, but I never had time to figure out who I was. Yeah. And I think whenever you hit that transition from college to real life, that's who you figure out.
That's when depression
That's when it hit, because you're figuring out who you are. You don't know that person. You got to re-meet yourself. You got to re-meet yourself. That was hard for me. This was like in 2017. Like I always say, any song from 2016 to 2017, I automatically turn off. Because music brings me back to that time. Yeah. When I hear Controller by Drake or Work by Rihanna or Broccoli or
you like,
I'm like, what's the music?
This ain't working out.
This ain't it. Because it brings me back to that time. Life really hit the fan. I felt so ungrateful because people thought I had it all, but I really didn't have anything. Because I didn't care about
You were still trying to figure out you.
Right. And then I'm young. I was always so sheltered. My mama took care of everything for me. I probably was in the 6th grade when I learned how to put my own earrings in. For real. Like I was my mama's baby. And I had to learn how to become my own person. Right. I had to learn how to become an adult.
And that's probably when you went through the transition. When you moved to Houston, it was like, okay, I got to do this now.
God really works in mysterious ways. Because when I left Houston, I said, I'm never coming back here. Ever. I hate this place. This place brings back bad memories. I was on so much medicine. Like I I used to have a table full of antidepressants, mood controller, anxiety, like all of that stuff. I said I would never come back. God made it to where like, yeah, you gonna come back, and this time you gonna rock it.
You going back to that
and
same
this time
place.
you gonna rock it, and that's what he did. Now I'm in Houston. I'm like, what? I'm never leaving here.
Never.
I want to raise my family
now.
here. This is a spot. How could I hate this? But God really works in mysterious ways. You just gotta let him do his job.
Yeah, that's good.
You gotta let him do his job.
And so, speaking on what you speaking on, I moved to Texas right after college. You know what I'm saying? I remember all my friends saying like, oh, it's going to take you months to get an engineering job, this, and that. Man, within 45 days of me graduating college, I had a job. Literally didn't have nowhere to stay. That was like, we need you to come over here. We're going to put you up in a hotel, this, and that. Wow. And I went over there and I started working, and man, I remember getting my like first real check, and I was kind of like, man, this is nice. I paid everything. I still had a little something left, you know? I wasn't used to that. So I'm thinking like, man, I'm finna live my best life. Man, little did I know, coming up 3 months into my career, this is when it hit me. When the pregnancy test say positive. Man, when I say it seemed like I was finding myself, that's what it seemed like. It seemed like I was finding myself, but I really wasn't. And I just felt like at the time God had to send something because I was never going to wake up.
God going to wake you up every time. You can't hide from him.
You know what? I'm going to tell about when I first found out. Because see, me and Disha grew up together. When I found out Disha was pregnant, I was like, nah, y'all need it. Who? Wait a minute, what?
Baby, I ain't found out till the baby shower. I said, wait a minute. What is
Beyonce, I had to get myself together, man. I had to pull a B like, you ain't gonna see the baby till you get here type of thing.
Mind your business, in other words.
Right. But like you said earlier, taking a break from social media, and like I said, I really just don't post a lot of my business on there. So I was just going through like the darkest time of my life when that occurred, because I just felt like working in a male dominant industry in a place where I'm really not accepted. You know what I'm saying? As a woman
and as a woman and being black.
And being black.
Throw that in there.
And listen, my job didn't even have maternity leave. I had to file under my short-term disability. That shows you how much they care about, you know what I'm saying? It's a male industry, so they not used to men taking maternity leave all the time. So
they ain't having no babies.
Man.
They ain't taking time off when they wife have babies.
Listen, and I hid it from my job for months because I didn't show for a long time. I was scared in my mind. Like, man, I'm about to lose my job and I'm about to bring a kid here. How am I going to support it? Because I didn't feel like working in the oil field is dangerous. Like, it's one of the most dangerous jobs in America. So this is just me thinking all the negatives and consuming myself. You know what I'm saying? Not thinking anything positive that, like, I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to have this kid that I'm not going to be able to take care of. And then on the other side, I was thinking, like, okay, if I do have this kid, how am I going to do it working 16 hours a day? I let all the negatives consume my mind, and I dug myself into like the worst hole I've ever been in. You know,
being pregnant while going through depression, I know that has to be another level.
Tell us about that.
I know that has to be.
Man, I never, you know, me and him always used to joke.
You can speak on it. Taj can speak on it.
Yeah, he can tell us. He can tell us.
Me and him used to always joke because, you know, he has 4 kids. So him and his wife, they've been through this multiple times.
Right.
And we used to think like, it's not really real. It is.
It
like is. Depression during your pregnancy as well as postpartum depression is.
I got a question. How did you support her as your best friend, your sister? How did you support her during that time? Because it's hard being a friend and your friend is going through something. I know I cut my friends completely off, and I apologize all the time for that. But how did you support her during that time?
Well, I know she's not gonna cut me off. So.
I
know she's not gonna cut me off.
Ship that we have. I was just about to say that, like, I've been with him through the worst times in his life, you know what I'm saying? So I would only expect that he would be there for me. And he's not a person that I would cut off because it's like, this is my person. No matter what relationship I'm in, no matter who come and go, like, this is my person. Like, it's stuff I could talk to him about that I can't talk to, like, my mom about or anybody else about. It's secrets that I just share with him, you know, strictly him. And I think it's important that everybody has that person.
Yeah.
Right. And I have a group of about 8 friends, and we've known each other since elementary, and those were my people.
That's
but I guess how
got.
people handle stuff differently. I handle my situation by just turning into a shell, digging into my shell. The only person I would tell stuff to is my mama, because that's all I know. I never knew a daddy. I never knew, you know what I'm saying, anybody I'm comfortable. And I was comfortable telling my friends, I say, hey, I got diagnosed bipolar. Peace out. See y'all later. Like, I didn't deal with it and say, this is how you can be a friend to me. Right. And that's really important. When you are going through that transition, tell your friends how you can be a friend to me. Right. I'm the same person, but I'm a little different now.
And the best way is to open up to your friends.
Is that,
you know,
I didn't
let them know what's going on.
Don't
you know?
open up to just
anybody
who gonna go run and tell your business and can't wait to tell.
Right.
Can't wait to tell everybody.
Everybody is not gonna be that friend that you think
you
is
have
like
to filter it. You have to filter it out, because some people waiting for your downfall to go talk about it.
But find a friend though. Do not tell Facebook.
Don't tell Facebook. Don't tell Facebook.
Don't go live crying, because now you gonna look crazy. You on Instagram live. I'm going crazy. Now you everywhere. Now you on the shade room because you done embarrassed yourself.
Hey, but let's cut it at a little commercial break right there. We gonna be right back on Red Cup Conversations. Man, so like we were saying, picking the right friends.
That's a good topic.
To be your person.
To be your person. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody needs that, especially in their transition. You need that one person. To me, I need somebody that's older than me and know more than me, because I don't have an older sister. And my older brothers, you know, they do their own thing. They ain't really too much in the mix about what I got going on as a black woman. So I needed that big sister. I always craved the big sister. And I found that through Delta. Thank you, God. I had somebody that just really took me under her wing. My friend Rihanna. She took me under her wing to say, no, you shouldn't do this like this. My main thing is, couldn't nobody tell me nothing. I'm like, Lisa, how you gonna tell me what? I shouldn't do what? What you done did? I was that person.
Me too.
And when she like, no, life is gonna humble you. And right after she told me that, I went do. I went from a 10 to bring it all down.
Bring down to a 3.
Bring it on down. Baby, I went to a -3.
Wait a minute.
I went down. I had to realize, like, all of that superficial stuff, like all of that glitz and glam, all of the followers, all of the flying, all of the private fly, that don't mean nothing if you are unhappy. Because one thing about it, with yourself, you was talking about self-love earlier, and I did not find that until maybe last year when I realized my worth. Realize, like you were saying, Deisha, the stuff that you went through when you didn't love yourself, you think back like, how did I even let myself go through that?
Let me give you a good point. Not only when you don't love yourself does it like damage you, but you're not able to recognize, like, when you dealing with other people who don't love themselves, how detrimental that is.
Y'all
because
are both
you
toxic to each other.
2 people who don't love themselves at all.
That could be a friendship, a relationship,
but y'all looking for love.
Any kind of shit.
Y'all looking for love, but y'all both toxic because y'all don't even love each other yourselves.
Right.
Wow.
And you know, speaking of friends, you might have that friend. Neither one of y'all love y'allself. Y'all sabotage each other relationships because every time
messy. Oh Lord.
Every time that friend come to you and say you should leave this person, you should do this, this and that, and it might not even be nothing worth leaving, but they miserable, so they want you to be miserable.
Please don't be happy.
People hurt people every time.
Please don't be happy. You know what I said on my Facebook a couple weeks ago? I said from now on, my relationship information will not be shared on social media. And the reason why is because everybody that you're on your friend list, those are really not your friends. They waiting to be negative about something you post. And you don't know who on the sideline kind of watching and waiting.
Which will be most of them.
Hey, listen,
I'm telling you,
they be on that side. I don't even know what they getting, but they be on the sideline.
Girl, you know he cheating on you, girl. You don't even know him though.
Right.
Hey, but listen, what I want to say about that too is, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I like to rock with somebody and not be afraid for people to know that we rocking. You know what I'm saying? And I want to find that person that's just loyal to where I ain't got to worry about if I post on Facebook, if you know.
My motto is I will eat an ant bed before I post it. Just by this.
A whole ant bed?
I will go
With some ketchup
put a
on it.
little hot sauce on it. I will gobble an ant bed because I'm like Lil Baby said,
I
I'm
learned-
emotionally scarred. I'm
But see,
hesitant
my
about
thing
that.
is, I learned the hard way because I've been in the same relationship for almost 4 years, right? But I have posted him on social media. I have talked about him. I have went live, things like that. And the negative stuff comes.
Everybody
after that.
don't be happy for
Everybody
it.
that
Oh,
be
I
like,
heard
yeah,
that.
congratulations, he cute, he handsome. Those are not the people that's really happy for you.
Right.
So the people that we got outside of social media, we would like to just vibe with
From
them
my
people.
experience, the only thing I don't like about posting is, and this is why I would probably post somebody, but I would never praise on how good they are to me.
Right, because
You know
somebody
what
want to
I'm
try it
saying?
out.
Yeah. No, somebody
It's
gonna be
not
like,
even-
oh, I know, not
you
Miss
basically
Pearl.
advertising them. Hey,
It's
it's
not
like
even
really
that
the
they
advertising.
want to try that person out. It's just the simple fact that that person might be doing something you don't have no idea that they doing.
And make you look
That's true.
stupid.
And have
They
you
have
out
you
here
looking
looking
stupid.
stupid while you being genuine. You
That's
know
true.
what I'm saying? You being 100 and they just being 25%. You know what I'm saying? They just give you a little bit and they have you out here looking crazy. So I would never get on there and praise and be like, oh, my husband do all of this. He cook in the morning and he bring me
He
breakfast
rub
in
my
bed.
feet. He bring me
He cooking her
lunch.
food too though. So what
Like,
about?
y'all know me. I like to go on vacation. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to like go on vacation and hide you from females because you out here being a thought. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to have to do that. I feel like if we in Dubai and I post a nice little picture or whatever,
should be okay.
no caption, just a picture, it should be okay.
It should
Let
be
me
okay.
post us in Dubai. If we in Dubai.
Right.
That's how life really
Don't have me
should
out here
be.
looking crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We in Dubai, but you texting somebody in Bogalusa telling them I wish I was with you.
Why they gotta be from Bogue?
Wait,
Why
what
they
you
can't be
gonna
from
talk about
Bogue?
this
Why
right
they
there?
can't be from Asia?
No, they from Bogalusa. No, they from
We
Bogalusa.
don't do that in Bogalusa.
Listen, I say Bogalusa because Bogalusa represent like Vonado, Angie, anybody.
yeah,
Okay,
it's
when
same
you go
area.
You better
somewhere,
clear that up.
Clear that up.
when you go somewhere and I be like, oh, I'm from Vonado, they gonna be like,
never
where?
know what that is.
Do you know what Bogalusa, what a paper mill is?
Oh yeah, you talking about where it
Oh,
smells?
yeah.
Yeah,
break it
what
down.
smell bad at?
Listen, I stay about 15 minutes away from there.
Oh, I know
So,
that.
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay,
I always use Bogalusa as just like a general like.
Bogalusa men don't cheat, I heard.
Drop the mic. Hold on, the mic.
Black
Hey,
men, hey,
listen.
hey, black men don't cheat.
Wait a minute.
Black men don't cheat.
I'm about to throw the mic out.
Hey, listen.
D, what you say? D?
Wait a minute. now.
Bogalusa men.
Oh, D, don't you go there, D. Don't you go there, D.
I ain't gonna even
D
go
should
there.
don't you go there.
I ain't
Next
gonna go there
topic.
because we said we wasn't gonna do that today.
Don't do that.
Next.
Let me have me a little drink. Y'all come up with something to talk about.
We
Again,
ain't
black
going there
men don't
'cause
cheat.
listen, Bogalusa is the best city in the United States of America. Period.
Period.
And we do what we do. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right.
Money don't know nothing about
It's
that.
all right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't
Though.
gonna
Hey,
lie.
what
I
you
like
got to
money
say
though.
over there?
Yeah.
Hey,
It's okay.
Vonado got some real ones though. You know, my brother,
you know.
a real country boy. Real, you know what I'm saying? Loyal game
Vonado
on the
got some real-
1,000. You know
Vonado
what
got
I'm
I know
some
saying?
men be
what?
knowing how to cook though.
Oh,
They be know how to
really?
cook.
They know
how to cook.
they can throw down. You know. All right.
Oh, Bogalusa men too though.
Bogalusa men can put on a ball pot.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
They can boil. They ain't about to go in the
turkey
kitchen.
necks and wings.
You can
Listen,
go over the business.
The Migos,
Exactly.
all of them
Okay.
know. That's all they
That's
want
all
to
they
do
want,
is
but
cook,
cook.
party,
Barbecue, boy, it don't
and they
matter.
want to drink out of red cups every weekend.
We gonna drink it dry. We gonna drink it
That's all
dry
they want to do
every
That's-
weekend,
yeah,
man.
No,
That's the only thing about. That's
y'all
another
like the most
transition.
lit family in Bogalusa.
Y'all, and every time I come home, I have to prepare myself mentally. Like I'll go on a cleanse. I don't drink for 2 months because I know when I come home, I'm about to be. I know it's a lot of
You
church
already
folk
know.
watching this, but you know I get my little drink and a drink in.
You gotta do that
Ain't
thing.
nothing wrong with a little drink and a drink.
I get a little drink and a drink in
I
there.
just can't, man. My daughter just changed me. I just really can't even. I just went to Mexico and they had all you could drink at the hotel,
Oh,
free.
no.
It was
No.
included, and I didn't even want to drink. So, man, but you know the reason why I don't drink is going back to like mental health. I feel like a lot of people use drugs and stuff, you know what I'm saying, to get through their mental health.
Bro, I swear on my way here, I was listening to Cranes in the Sky by Solange. I don't know if y'all heard that song. But she was saying how she was going through mental health issues. She tried to drink it away, smoke it away, shop it away, work it away, read it away, exercise it away, and it's still there. So anything that you're going through and you trying to, oh yeah, let me pop this pill. That's what's popular in Louisiana. let me pop this pill and forget about you. You ain't gonna forget about that. Because when you come out
you'll forget about it at the time.
Exactly. When you come out
high, you're gonna be worse.
It's gonna be right there, and it's gonna be bigger than ever. So whatever you're going through, you have to understand. I think my problem was I didn't want to go to a professional because I don't want to get labeled as crazy. But I used to make my mama the punching bag, and I apologized to her from that because I called her. She's like, "Hey, how you doing? Oh, today just messed up. I did that. I'm a failure. I messed up here." And around that time, she had just lost her best friend. This was the end of 2016. She had just lost her best friend, and then she has to deal with me being like a big mope and sad all the time. So you can't make your friend, your partner, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your punching bag. They're not your therapist. Right, and especially a lot of black men feel like that their girlfriends or their wives can be, oh, I could talk to her any kind of way because I'm mad. Go see somebody, black men. Talk to somebody.
We're taught to be so strong, and
that's true.
And it should be that if you go to a therapist, you're labeled as crazy and weak. Yep. And also like that's white people stuff.
Man, speaking on that,
is what black
black people don't go see counselors.
Yeah, listen,
it's generational curse though.
Right,
it is.
That's just a curse for black people, and that goes always back to slavery. Honestly.
Right.
Yeah. Going back on what you said, like the reason why when I hit my darkest point and like my depression or whatever, I didn't like turn to like drinking or smoking or whatever. And I ain't gonna lie, it crossed my mind. Cause I was like, man, maybe I need to just have me a little drink, you know what I'm saying? Maybe this will ease me down. But my thing was, I'm an emotional person. Like everybody like, oh, you an engineer, you work with all men, you always carry yourself well, you so strong. But like I feel stuff because I have like such a good heart. You know what I'm saying? Right. And we was having this talk on the way here, like, man, I've like taken my shirt and giving it to people, you know what I'm saying? It like just as a metaphor, like I've given them the last shirt I had.
Your last, they don't even know it's your last.
They don't even know it's my last, and then I watch those same people like spit in my face,
right in your face,
and act like I never did anything.
I always feel like if you did it from the heart, you can't think about what they did in return. Like God gonna look and say what on Judgment Day, He gonna say what have you done, not what have this person done back to you. They're gonna say he's gonna say what did these do.
That's true, but as human. As human, it still hurt.
It hurt. It hurt.
Tear your heart apart.
Most of the time, I never expected nothing back from those people because they didn't have nothing to give.
Exactly.
Obviously, if I'm giving something to you, I know you don't have anything.
Yeah.
It's nothing for you to give back to me, so I'm not looking at anything.
And it don't even got to be materialistic type of thing to give back. Thank you. I think you really goes a long way.
Yeah. You just give them, everything that you have on the strength that you feel like, hey, I'm just trying to help this person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think I always talk about common courtesy.
Yes.
And that's why our friendship's so good.
Right.
We don't like keep score on who paid for something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's some friends like they'll need you, and then you say you need your friend. Girl, her broke ass ain't even. You know what I mean? People will talk about you. That's why a lot of people have that pride. Like I'm not gonna ask nobody for nothing. If I'm hungry, I'm just gonna go hungry because I don't want nobody clowning me.
A little deeper. I ain't gonna invite her because I know she ain't gonna have no money.
Yeah, she ain't got no money.
She ain't have no money last time I had to pay for her. Let's not invite her.
Karma came and beat my blank whenever because I used to be like that in high school. Girl, why are you calling her? Now we got to pay for her way in the movies. And karma, everything I went through, I really feel like it was karma because I hate to admit it, but a little bit in middle school, a little bit in high school. I was the mean girl, but I'm telling you, everything that I did when I was younger, it came back.
Oh yeah,
life come full. You can't do bad to people and expect for your life to be good. God,
you better go ahead and preach.
Looks low.
Go ahead
I'm telling you, it's gonna come back. Men that's feel like you messing over women, that's gonna come back on your kids.
And when it come back, it's worse.
Now your baby girl is going through something. You just gotta sit and watch her because you did that to that woman.
You know what? Take her doggone mic.
I'm gonna go home.
You can go. You can go. You said enough for the day.
The whole
I'm
truth
telling you.
and nothing but the truth.
Karma don't miss nobody. Karma is undefeated.
My Lisa gonna have people not even want to watch my damn YouTube.
Nobody want to hear the truth now.
Don't take that out on this. Take that out on me. Because that's the truth.
She gonna be speaking to their soul so much, and it's just gonna make them feel some type of way. They gonna be like, I ain't never watching Red Cup conversations
if that karma mixed you, it's gonna hit your children, your grandchildren. It's gonna hit you.
It's going down the line.
It's gonna get
It's
you.
going down the line.
Karma definitely got me, and that's why we shook hands and call it a. All right, you beat me, whatever. You got me.
When you sit
got
back
hands.
worrying about like why my kids going through that. Oh, you don't remember. Oh, okay.
And I'd rather me take that beat and let my future kids.
Exactly.
What I'm naming my daughter? My Lisa Jr. I ain't gonna let my Lisa Jr. go through that. Let my Lisa Senior go through it.
But yeah, you know, me and Tajay, we don't keep the score. We don't keep the score on nothing.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, whatever I do for him, he know I did it, and he ain't gotta.
But let me ask y'all something. Do it supposed to be like that in relationships?
Yes.
If you really in a relationship and you really down for the guy, you like him, y'all been together for a little time. Do y'all keep score? I might want to pay tonight. He might want to pay. Is that a problem?
Going back and forth, cool. But when it's always you coming out of pocket, girl, leave him. Leave him.
Hey, and like, yeah, I was about to say, like, man, you gotta be equally yoked in a relationship, right. Period. Because you know what I'm saying, your friends not living with you, they not sleeping with you every night, right. They not sharing these bills with you.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? Y'all might not keep the score on I bought him lunch last time. He bought me the lunch.
It's different in adult life because when you adults, you got bills. When you kids, you pay for my son, and gotta pay for your son.
Right,
that's different. Right. But it ain't Sonic no more. It's rent that's $15-something $100, and now you gotta make it work. I ain't about to pay this every
in relationships, I feel like this: if you not equally yoked, and if you always carrying the weight, you know what I'm saying, you gonna feel some type of way because your intentions in a relationship is to like carry the weight until that other person get up.
That's true.
But what happens when they don't get up?
When you say relationship, I think about kind of like we have to be married because I'm not about to be your girlfriend and I'm getting you through all of this. And what if you up and leave me?
Yeah.
No, we got to get married. Purr. And that's just that on that. Like, ladies, be smart. If you about to do all this for this man or even me, if you about to do all this for this woman, like my grandma said, you better put it on paper, have some kind of document. Yeah. You can be crazy, but don't be stupid. My late great grandfather always said, it's okay to be a fool, but just don't be a damn fool.
Right?
Like, don't be a damn fool.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been a damn fool.
I've been a damn fool too.
We all have. What
That's
you
why
talking about?
I'm spreading the wealth. I'm trying to put the youngsters
y'all
on
hear
game.
that? Listen
We
to it
all
now.
have.
I'm trying to, man. What I know, you got to find a mentor or somebody's gonna take you on that wing.
And what woman haven't been? Let her raise her hand.
Right. If she said she would, she just don't know about it.
You know the difference is like I grew up under my grandmother and them, and my mom and stuff. I come from like a family that after Sunday school, man, we used to have a lot of people at our house eating, and my grandmother, I ain't never think nothing of it. She'll feed the whole community on her dime. So like materialistic stuff and money, like it don't mean nothing to me. I like to have it, but it don't make or break me. You know what I'm saying? I like to more so have it so that, I can enjoy it. I can share it, I can give it to my people, you know what I'm saying? So I had to learn the hard way, man. Some people just
That's what life is about though. Learning from your mistakes, spreading what you learned to somebody else, and really just going on. And you learn to listen and you're not helping nobody else.
That's good. And you know what? God already knew that you was humble because you've been that way your whole entire life.
Right.
So he blessed you to get where you are because he know you know how to handle it.
Right.
See, some people that's making the money you make, girl, probably losing it and don't know what to do with it, but you was already humble.
Yeah. Right.
You was already there.
You gotta be already having your destiny written. It's just up to you to actually fulfill it.
But it's like the story he wrote. Like, man, can you give me a break?
In my early 20s, I'm like, God, whatever lesson you trying to teach me, I learned. Please.
And I've been going through a lot in 2020, and I'm just like thinking like on the level up end of like what's coming after what I'm going through from like being in my awakening phase. You know what I'm saying? Like, which is one of the hardest phases of your life. When you just like internalize and start looking at self.
What age did you hit that? Okay, now I'm woke. Now I see what life is really about.
I did not honestly wake up until, like I said, I got pregnant. And I think that was like a major like tsunami just hitting me like that will wake you
just
up.
About you no more.
That will wake you up. You know what I'm saying?
But you transition good though.
I'm still transitioning.
Yeah.
I'm still transitioning. You know, I'm in my healing phase. And I'm in between my healing and my guru phase. You know, when you think about like your awakening phase.
Not guru.
In the guru phase.
Guru.
She said
I'm in the midst of that. Like, I still got a lot of darkness inside of me that I'm trying to bring light to. But I'm also finding my life's purpose and where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? I can see my future more clearer now than anything. You know, I have a drawn out plan to where I want to be.
And I'm sure your daughter helped with a lot of
definitely
that.
I woke up when I got pregnant, but I didn't just make the decision to be better till like they lay her on my chest. You know what I'm saying? Like when I had her and gave birth to her and they lay her on your chest for the first time and you look at your child for the first time, like that's when it's like, oh, this is really real.
It's somebody depending on me now. Right. I ain't got no choice.
That's
but
a next level of responsibility.
Yeah. So you ain't went through that and don't go through it until it's the right time.
I'm scared of kids. So anybody else is like, hey, this TT baby, but my own
as long as you can give them back, you're good.
Come back and get it.
Let me be able to. I think though my awakening phase is when it had to be this time last year, and a lot of people didn't know that I went through this, but this was like my second awakening. I feel like everything that I was working on was coming to an end. My relationship had came to an end. I was living in Atlanta. My lease was coming to an end. I had just graduated grad school, and I was always a student. Everything about me was so school driven. School had came to an end. I was about to graduate, and I was like, the job I worked for was under a contract, so that came to an end. That's 4 things ending. And since I didn't have a father growing up, I have bad attachment and abandonment issues.
Man.
Whenever something is ending, I go crazy because it's like, okay, well now I'm gonna be alone. Now I'm gonna be by myself. Now what I'm gonna do? So whenever hit the fan. And then it cleared up in like November. That's when I realized I came out better, smarter, stronger. Everything that I went through was for a purpose.
It was a purpose.
So when you're going through your awakening phase, remember that all the stuff that you went through is to make you better, stronger, all of that. So
if you don't come out better, it was no need for you to go through it.
I'm so grateful that everything I went through, I did, and it was the perfect timing. God's timing is never wrong.
It's right.
I used to cry like, God, why are you putting me through this all of a sudden? But I'm happy I went, everything fell apart, and everything went back together.
Right.
That's how fast God can work. I'm telling you.
It seemed like, man, every time I get to a level, he like break me down at that level to be like, okay, you got to get ready for the next one now. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always say, I feel like I'm just going to be great at whatever I do because I learned so many lessons fast. It's like, I don't have time to space your lessons out. You know what I'm saying?
You better get it.
I'm trying to get you here fast, so I got to put you through all of these things right now.
So when you going through it, I'm like, God, please.
Pull me out, God. I'm on my last breath, God. You better save me now.
Come on. I know I'm coming out of this, so come on.
Y'all ever prayed that prayer though? And just be like, Lord, this is for me.
Begging, like I can't do it no more. I know you don't put more on me than I can bear. I can't bear no more.
I'm letting you know this the end,
This
God.
is the end. This is it.
That's where I was last year. I ain't gonna lie. I had gotten to this like dark place, and I had been in dark places before, but this time I didn't want to get out. I was just like, I'm
open
cool.
in your misery. You just chilling.
I could stay here. You know what I'm saying? And it took me months to come out of that. And my mom had to come to my rescue. You know,
black mothers are. I'm telling you, God.
Shout out
them.
to the black mothers.
Shout
Felicia Renee Mingo, I would not be here to this day.
You know what amazed me? What amazed me is how they just stop their life. Like they just be like, "What you need me? That's it.
That's it.
Let me call my
And for any of their kids too, like my mama do the same for my 2 older brothers. She's gonna make it happen, but that's because she was raised by a strong black mother, and
That's
that mother
right.
was raised by a strong black mother.
It goes
Black
down.
women just, I'm telling you, dog. Black women are really, they can do anything.
Right.
And then when you get your mama in your presence, it just like you
okay.
you be like,
You know how whenever you get ready to quit a job and your mama say, yeah, quit. Well, my mama said quit.
Whatever mama said, that's what goes.
hey, my mama said quit.
She said, the hell without
My mama said I don't need it.
I don't need it.
But speaking back on that, man, I remember being at work when I was going through my breakdown. No lie. My mom would just have to have her headphones in, and I would have to have my headphones in, and we really wouldn't say much.
Man.
She would just be on the phone.
And it feels okay.
And it felt okay because I was like, if she's not on this phone, I'm going to break down. I'm finna lose my job. I'm finna leave this oil site. Like, I don't give a damn about none of this.
Say 2 words. And it's like, calm down.
Yeah. Man, my mama, I'm telling you.
How they get that power like that?
Hey, I'm finding that power.
Really?
Becoming a parent.
Yeah.
I'm seeing, because you know what I said, I have no choice but to be strong. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? As a black mother, you have no choice but to be strong. And like in that aspect, I'm learning to like be strong, but I'm also learning that like I gotta fix myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that she could see a healthy strong.
Yeah. That's good.
Right.
That's
you
good.
know what I'm saying?
But I feel like my mama is and was always so strong, but I don't think it was a healthy strong. It was I got 3 kids. I'm in grad school. I'm working 2 jobs. I don't have a choice. She really worked her fingers to the bone strong, and I don't think that's a healthy way. She did it, and she's still doing it. She's making it happen, but do you want to see your kids do that? Like, my mother raised me, don't get me wrong, but whenever she went to her second job in school, I was on Davenport. That's why I rep Davenport and my grandmother so hard, because she taught us a lot. Right. I learned a lot from my older cousin. So you got to have that. Yeah, you a strong woman, but you also got to have some strong people around you that help you, especially as a black woman in a career. Like, it takes a village. It really takes a village.
But they never really let us see them sweat.
Oh, no.
Now, I know my mama went through it behind the curtains.
Yeah.
I know she was like, oh my God, what we gonna eat tomorrow?
Oh, she cried in the car. I know my mama cried in the car.
I never saw it. Right. I never saw her break.
Yeah. I wonder though, is that healthy?
It's not.
It's not healthy. It's not healthy.
It can't be healthy.
It's not healthy. That's
it's a mask you have to put on.
A mask.
Even for your kids.
My mom got mad at me a couple weeks ago because she has this motto, like, it's always the kids first. Mm. And I turned around and I looked at her. I said, no, it's always me first. Mm. And that's not a selfish aspect. The way I look at it is,
it trickles down.
If I'm destructive, you know what I'm saying, mentally, if I'm not healthy, then my daughter is not in the best spot.
She gonna feel that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think too, I'm just changing that. Like, I've been there, done that. All the little old sayings that everybody like to have. Like, I know she meant well, but of course my daughter always come first. That's what she meant. Mm-hmm. That's what she meant by it. But I just took it as, like, in my mind, like, I gotta put me first too.
Think about, like you said earlier, during the pandemic, your mama don't say, for instance, in a stereotypical world, well, I'm sure this is somebody's reality. Your mama doesn't have a job. She's out looking for a job. The kids are at home. Now she's coming home. She's unemployed. She's wondering how something's gonna happen. She's angry at everybody. Now the kids, you think about how many kids are probably going through some kind of abuse because their parents don't have a job. They don't have the necessities anymore. Hurt parents hurt kids. A hurt parent can ruin someone's childhood. And I don't think childhood trauma really hits you until you become an adult.
Right.
What you went through. Like you was talking about, D, like the daddy issues don't really hit you until you hit 20. And it's like, oh my God.
And it's like, man, I missed out.
Yeah.
Just speaking on that, we was talking about this on the way up here. I was telling him, you know, like, we big on keeping our word. You know what I'm saying? My dad can never keep his word. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
same.
When somebody would not, like, keep their word, it would just trigger, like, oh no, like, this is a big problem. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand, like, how traumatizing that was for me. And that's why I just feel like, try to keep your word as much as you can. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's just a life or death or just a really
Black
mercy.
fathers are so important, like, bro, especially, I know to boys too, but especially the girls, because what it really reflects what you accept in relationships,
right?
What you accept from a man, your boyfriend, your husband, there's somebody you're talking to. Oh, well, you want to leave for a couple of days? Okay, like, you really in your head, it's like, why am I thinking like that?
And then abandonment.
Yeah,
it's
like, why are you gone?
Yeah, I know for me,
but you know, like, a lot of people, you know, it's a lot of selfish people out here.
That's true. That's true.
They be all for self, and that's why I commend him so much, is because, like, he saw, like, what his mom went through, and he could have made bad choices to not be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to watch him just be active, you know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
And be there in the everyday, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I just don't see how a man could leave.
You ain't a man.
Yeah.
You ain't a man.
Your kids.
Your blood.
Yeah.
Like, this what
A
you,
reflection
this
of
why
And
you
know
on
what?
earth.
Let's go a little deeper. You in the same town and see your kids.
Let me get out of here. I'm finna go.
Look,
Or in my case, you right down the road.
You right down the road.
You gotta pass
Man,
your child house
you
every
right
time
down the
you
road.
leave to go to work.
Bro, if I really want to get to the nitty gritty, I'm biting my tongue right now. It's bleeding. It's bleeding.
Hey, well, everybody talking, y'all. We gotta take a break.
We gotta take a break.
Let's take a break. All right.
Listen.
Hey, and that's the thing though.
That's a whole nother
They'll
conversation.
go out and get a new woman and take care of them house kids.
Deadbeat fathers make the best stepfathers. I am a living witness.
Hey,
I can't believe you just said.
I'm finna hurt your feelings.
hey, they'll go take care of her kids.
They father of the year.
But don't make excuses about coming to see their own kids.
Drop them off at school in the morning, take their lunch, pick
Fix
them
some
up in the
breakfast.
evening.
Walk them down the field for homecoming.
Come on now. At every football, basketball game.
Man,
But you ain't get my graduation invitation.
Right, but thing
Oh.
is, God worked it out. That's why
your good.
I turn it over to Jesus because He had to work it out.
man, so just going into that, we killing the black men right now. But
We trying, y'all. We trying to do better.
I want everybody to
wholesome
know.
black
Hey,
man.
we breaking the cycle.
It got some out there that's breaking the cycle, that's being in the household with their kids like they supposed to. You know what I'm saying? There's, not out here doing no shady stuff. You know what I'm saying? That just
We need more.
100.
I have seen a lot, y'all. Like a lot of black men, they trying.
I think
Like,
it's because
we
a
are
lot
trying.
of the popular, men are now popularizing taking care of your kids.
Taking care of the kids,
Like
yeah,
Wayne
that's-
said, gotta take care of them kids, man. I know you heard
they're
Obama.
putting it in the music and everything.
Exactly.
So it's like, okay, well,
But and
let
then
me
some
take care of
of
my
them,
kids
some of them want pats on the back.
for doing little stuff.
Oh, I came by there.
I bought her a pair of shoes 3 months ago.
Bro, that's your job. What is you talking about?
Hey, listen, they will come by every blue moon,
But want you to-
Bounce them on the left,
Yeah.
put them on
Hey,
Snapchat.
like I'm here every day.
I'm here every day. You came by for 2 hours.
Oh yeah, so
You
I
ain't
mean,
getting no award for that.
you don't
And
get
this
no.
ain't no bitter black woman stuff. I'm speaking from experience. I saw
Right.
my mama do it, and I saw how she had to step up and play both roles. Was it easy? No.
No.
Did it really help me in the long run? No, because I needed that person, that father, and I didn't have that. So I really had to learn how to just, deal with it. My grandfather, late great Big Six, he really stepped up to the plate and really just
Six.
yeah. That's my grandfather, girl. But he stepped up.
That's my grandpa girl.
But he stepped up to the plate, and my uncles and everybody really pitched in. So I am grateful for those good men that we do have.
Right.
Thank
Yeah.
y'all.
I mean,
y'all are appreciated.
it got some men out here that's trying. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what, Disha? This is a question we have to ask. What type of fatherhood did they come from?
That's what I was just about to say.
Let me
Like we wasn't
elaborate
taught now.
on
that.
We
Let me
still
elaborate
learning.
Whoever
on
taught
that.
them how?
We still learning.
Hey,
We wasn't
I
taught.
just had a conversation, you know what I'm saying? A while back, I was telling one of my friends, like, just because you do a little bit more than your dad don't make you a good father.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they'll do a little bit more than what they dad might not did anything, and they'll do a little bit more, and they'll be like, oh,
a cycle.
You know what I'm saying? So we really just gotta understand like that. Just like single black mothers, it's a cycle. It's a cycle.
It has to be broken, and it needs to start with our generation.
But listen,
Well, to me, it has started. What happened was back in the days, they were pushed out of the household, so there was just a mom.
Yeah.
So nobody taught the next generation to take care of your kids because they were pushed out. So they just doing what their dad did.
And it don't always have to be money, just time. Come play basketball with me.
Right,
Come
right,
take
right.
me to
Show up at the cheerleading practice or show up at the
exactly.
basketball game.
physically be there.
Be there.
Physically.
It
Because you
don't
know
take
what?
much.
That's what matters to the
The
kids.
most.
You don't remember
We
the
don't
money they
remember the
spent.
money.
You remember the time they spent.
Right,
Hello,
right.
somebody.
And it's just about putting them first and not making excuses. You know what I'm saying?
lying.
Putting them first, not lying.
And not wait until they 100 years old. Hey,
To
you want your
wanna- yeah,
daddy?
you want-
No, I don't want the daddy.
Right.
You want to start calling every day, telling us, well, hey, I love
that
you.
was weird.
Man, I'm
Listen,
grown.
Phone calls is not parenting. Phone calls is not parenting. You have to be here.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They be like, but I called you last week. But you wasn't here last
You
week.
and 15 more people.
I had
Okay.
a cold. I was sick. I needed you to be there to soothe me. I needed you to
Exactly.
be, I needed to be on your chest. You wasn't there. Mama had to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Mama.
Phone calls is not parenting. You know what I'm saying? You call your kid on FaceTime once every blue moon. 2-3 times a week.
None
it
of
don't
that
count. You
You
need
need FaceTime anybody. Okay.
You can FaceTime anybody. You need to be there. You need to hold them, kiss them, love them. So
But
because
you know what? The question, since we have a black man here, do it register in their mind the effect that it takes on them when they get an adult?
Well,
Because I know my problem set in when I was a teenager. And I ain't worried about no daddy.
Well,
But when I got grown and on my own and really start facing me as a person, oh my God.
Wow.
I really needed that relationship.
I went through the same thing you went through, so I was asking myself the
We
same damn question. I went through it.
all been through it. You know what I'm saying? We
You know
all
what I'm saying?
been through it. And my favorite thing is, man, I be saying this, I love NBA Youngboy music. But my favorite line is, man, baby girl, love yourself, because they out here letting NBA Youngboy influence them. You know what I'm saying? They think it's cool to go get 7, 8 baby mamas. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
because they want to run it up. Oh, y'all gonna have some kids here when I'm gone. Them kids ain't gonna know you.
Kids ain't gonna know
You can have 1,000 kids. I got sisters and brothers I don't even think I know. You know what I'm saying? So,
And I'm the only child on his side. Like, you ain't got no excuse, but that's another. That's
another side.
We gonna let it slide. We gonna let it roller skate. Put the roller skates. Put the roller skates on.
That one slide. I'm gonna let
man,
that slide.
so we just gonna we gonna end there right there.
Yeah.
We gonna end there right
Yeah,
there. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? For the people that's just out there trying to physically be there and not making excuses.
You are appreciated.
Whether it's mom or dad, because you got some deadbeat moms out here
Right,
too.
right,
You
right.
know what I'm
Bad.
saying? You got some deadbeat moms out here. So whether you trying to be there, you know, if you trying to be there physically, that's the most important thing. Like
All appreciate
Black
it.
phone
man, I
calls
appreciate
don't
you.
help.
Right.
Telling
Man, we need you.
telling
need
people
you.
you got
More
a
and
kid
more.
don't mean you a parent.
Posting a picture once a month.
Posting
Don't-
they back to school pictures,
You
them
know.
open up their Christmas gift. That don't mean
Father's
nothing.
Day. This
That
my
don't
baby.
Posting them on
matter.
Father's Day don't,
That don't
matter.
matter. I'm sorry.
That don't matter.
We're gonna leave it right
We
there,
said that.
man. We're gonna move on with Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez.
Next Stallion voice.
H-Time.
Favorite ad lib.
Hot girl,
Man,
summer.
so you know, just a couple weeks ago, Meg Thee Stallion. Well, not. It's been a couple days ago. A couple weeks ago, Meg Thee Stallion got shot in the foot while trying to get out of a vehicle that her and Tory Lanez was having an argument. And she said that she was 5 minutes away from her house. She was tired of arguing. She was sitting in the front seat. Tory was sitting in the back. She got out and he shot her from the back seat. You know, for the most part, Megan tried to protect Tory because she
She wasn't
felt
speaking.
like she didn't want him to get killed without a police brutality going on. She was like, man, I didn't want to tell the police that he shot me and we have a gun in the car. They had a helicopter in the sky. You know what I'm saying? That was down the ride. If Meg would have said he has a gun in the car and he shot me, that was the end for Tory,
That's
possibly.
true.
You know what I'm saying? Because they had all the reason, you know, to green like that situation. Yeah. But instead, a hurt woman still decided to protect her abuser.
Black women, man.
Black women.
Man, and even after like protecting Tory, obviously I looked on the Shade Room. He liked this dude, Larry Johnson or whatever his post, who was kind of just saying like, if you're with the man who coined the term demon time and you mess with him in demon hours, you are responsible for your stupidity. Basically saying that Meg is responsible for getting shot.
What I feel like in that situation, I also saw what you're talking about, Deisha. I feel like that so often, and this is a tall girl talking to another tall girl, people act like what they try to defeminize tall women. I don't care. A tall woman, a 7-8 foot giant, you can't stop no bullet.
Right.
You can't stop a bullet. And the fact that he said, oh, well, you knew what it was when you signed up. No, I didn't know you was going to shoot me. You think I was going to be okay when I knew you was going to shoot me?
A man shooting a woman. Who the hell is going to know that's going to happen?
But what's his name? Tory Lanez, he's from Canada. So I don't know how they doing it.
I ain't know y'all to get shot like that.
Maybe they used to shoot
I don't know. And that's a street code. You don't mess with old people. You don't mess with kids. And you don't mess with women. That's it. So I think he's a little, I don't know. He needs to be more Americanized, I guess. But
right.
No.
I just feel like too that Tory, man, if she got out the car, whatever the argument was about, just pull off. If she gonna walk home, let her walk home.
And you also, my profile Gigi always tell me you got to date up. If she was dating Lil Tory Lanez,
Yeah.
You missing hot girl summer.
She say,
you hot.
You say Lil Tory.
No, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Right. Not no Lil Tory Lanez, but that still doesn't make it okay. Nevertheless, but still, I feel bad for the Stallion because Stallion had Meg did some things on that Captain Hook song. That's my girl. But I was just heartbroken because everybody was trying to make it seem like, oh well, it's okay. She lived, but still,
and then they was trying to say, they was trying to say that she was lying about it. So she actually a couple days ago took the picture.
Cousin, we talk about this all the time. Like if it would have been a woman of another color, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been no issue.
Everybody was saying, oh, if it would have been Kylie Jenner, it would have been an issue.
Here she go with the Kardashian game.
So I'm just saying. So everybody was saying if it would have been Kylie Jenner, look, like I always say with my Kardashian Jenner fam, they always are brought into something that has nothing to do with them. Kylie was probably minding her billionaire business, and she was brought into that situation. But you do have a point. If it would have been a white actress or a white songwriter or anything, it would have been blown up. But that's how people not only defeminize tall women, but also black women in general. They feel like because they went through so much trauma. Oh, she'll be alright. She just got shot in the foot.
She can take it. She can take it.
It shouldn't be okay for black women to be abused. I don't care in what situation, by a bullet, by a hand, mentally, verbally. It doesn't matter. It's not okay. Black women are still women too, and we hurt. We hurt too.
We hurt.
We may not show it, but we hurt.
Hey, definitely. The main thing I just took from like what everybody was saying is just like how she still tried to protect him after he hurt her. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the black woman in a lot of situations.
Of course, yes,
every situation. You did me wrong, but I'm still gonna protect your name.
Man, you know what I'm saying? I could just speak on that too because I done had people just cap on the internet, and I'd be like, I could get on here and really shut the whole Facebook down.
Shut it all down.
I could tell my side,
I
and
could tell
it would be over.
I could really get out here and really say what it is, but I also say, man, it ain't nothing more clownish than capping on somebody that you used to have love for. You know what I'm saying?
Because 9 times out of 10, they'll eventually make they self
look stupid.
Look like a fool.
Always come
the
out.
truth gonna always come out. And you know, it's hard to be silent. It's hard to be silent when a lot of stuff being put out that's just not true.
They was dogging me. Oh, how you in the club, but you claiming got shot up in the foot. The girl had to post a picture of her wound.
Right.
That's what black women have to go through.
It should not have to go to that.
It's like we gotta post the screenshots, the pictures.
Oh, I don't believe you. Why would I lie?
The satellite thing. I was here at this time.
She at the peak of her career right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Why would she be lying about getting shot when she's at the peak? She done went through the worst. She said she lost her mother. She lost her father. Like, come on, she lost both parents. Why would she lie about something like that?
Right.
Exactly. She had no reason to.
And like, you know, like my boy T.I. said, it ain't nothing you could tell me to make it okay that you shot her.
That's right. Nothing. You got mad.
Green, yellow, pink.
I got some anger issues. Sometimes you might think about capping somebody. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. But I ain't the type that's just gonna be like, I'm gonna just shoot you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think that's something you have to really think about. Like, you ain't just pull your gun out like, wow. No, you sit there.
I hope he goes to jail. The more I think about it, the more I be like, how
that was most likely little man syndrome.
Yeah.
That's
trying
that's
to.
what it was.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think he gonna go to jail.
Well, I don't know. I hope he does. So whatever.
Did she press charges?
Probably
no.
Not.
She's saying that because of the whole issue, like because she didn't tell them initially when it happened that it's really not a case against him. Like she should have told them right then. Like,
so hey, he walks free.
Probably.
I'm sending you my love, Meg, because girl, I know this. Well, she was on the way from like Savage being #1 and everybody TikToking until this. Like 2020 is just full of ups and downs for everybody. Honestly, yes, everybody, like you said, D. Everybody came in with such high hopes. Then COVID, then Corona, then everything else in between.
2020 was gonna be like the best stuff ever. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my little healing phase. I done went to Canada. I done took me a nice little trip, took me some dope pictures. And it seemed like after that,
I got into sage and meditate, and I said, "Oh yeah, mind, body, soul, spirit, baby."
You know what, y'all? On a positive note, 2020 has really been my year.
You know what? I'm gonna say the same
honest with
thing.
y'all.
I done saved some money. I done worked out. I done lost some weight.
I done became a business owner, independent. 2020
it
ain't
depends
done
on
nothing
what
to
you
me.
do. I know, like you're not forced to like make a business in your free time, but if you have that inspiration, go for it. This is the time. Whatever you ideal you sitting on.
2020 got me out here doing my podcast.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
we gotta think about
The
really.
upside of it.
God slowed
It got
us
me
down to get our minds prepared to launch
life.
Yep.
Right.
some stuff that we've been wanting to do.
Right.
If this pandemic wouldn't have been going on, you
I
would
wouldn't
have
have done
never.
this. I wouldn't
had
have
the
done
time.
this.
Come
I
on.
wouldn't have done this at all.
I'm just saying that it's been
slow
good
like
to
that.
me.
It ain't all bad, but it's a lot of bad.
And then you know our president gave us a little 1,200. You know,
Man,
I'm waiting on the
I'm waiting on the next one now.
He gave us a little candy money.
You trying to send another 1,200?
Hey, send it again, my boy. Send it again.
Baby, won't you come
Hey,
I've been waiting for it myself,
Hey,
T
come on,
Daddy.
Give me a
he
couple more.
think that's the highlight of his presidency.
Why?
He got
Every
everybody.
time he get up, like I said, I gave the stimulus.
That's
Send another one.
1,200.
Give me another one.
Everybody get out and vote him out anyway.
That ain't gonna make me vote for you, but you can send me another one.
Give me a couple more before you get out of there. Exactly.
And
I
so
did,
then
I
another
did.
incident we had Tamar Braxton earlier, a couple weeks ago, tried to commit suicide.
Wow.
I love Tamar.
I love
Man,
me some
and
Tamar.
you know what's crazy? And I think this is just not even for just women. Tamar the type to always act like nothing's wrong.
Everything is okay.
Suffering in silence.
Everything is okay. You
That's
know what
a
I'm
black
saying?
generational curse.
I'm all good. And you can sit here and say you all good every day, all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're really good.
And it really shows that celebrities are people. That's what I tell people all the time. Like, I used to have a bad habit of in my, back in the day, super fan days, talking to people any kind of way. You can't talk to these people on the internet like that because they are people too. Their feelings get hurt. They have emotions. Money doesn't hide what they really are and how they really feel. So whenever I saw that about Tamar, I really just prayed for the best because, she makes it, like Tamar has so many quotes she has coined and, so many funny memes and gifts that she has. But every time, like, you got to check on your strong friends.
That's true.
I think Tamar was that strong
She
friend,
was that strong friend.
that you feel like,
But
I ain't got to worry about.
Did you
had to worry
see
about.
her first post after that when she came and done the video? She hadn't really been back on social media because I be looking for. But anyway, what she said was she was like, I have not been okay with myself for a long time.
Self-love.
Right.
See what I'm saying? But she's been putting, and as black women, we are taught that. Yep. Whether y'all know it or not, we saw our mama do. So we think that
It's
it's
embedded
okay.
from
this
birth.
is what we supposed to do. We supposed to walk around and be like, hey, good morning.
Everything's okay.
And when we just got the car crying our whole way to work.
Right,
Now we
right.
got to put on this mask and be like, woo. Let me
Right.
go on this job and act. When
And
you
I
know
think
you
the
broke.
rich and famous go through it the worst because they feel like you got money. Money should make you happy. Why you trying to hurt yourself?
I got the
Man,
big house. I got the cars.
You
and
are
I'm
still
broke.
a human. That like I think about that so much because even especially with not just money but also with fame because a lot of famous people really don't have the money. They just famous, but I'm sure Tamar has both. But whenever you're famous, you got all these people screaming your name. They're singing your songs at the concert, and
You
as soon
in
as
spotlight,
as soon as those lights go off, now you got to deal with yourself.
You
And
gotta
I
go
think
home and
that's
deal
what
with
they
you.
that's what they hurt.
And then
my
you got to
prayer.
think, she had her divorce. Yep. Now she's starting back to date. She's raising a son. I mean, you never know what she was really dealing with
Right.
on the inside. We don't know.
And social media is just a mirage of what's really happening.
Right.
If people don't post their failures. People don't post what they
Hey,
really
and I
messing up
always
at.
say that.
That's artificial. That's not real. That is a make-believe la-la land.
I was going through the worst time of my life. Me and my brother went to Miami. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna sit on here and let you know I'm
Man.
suffering. I'm
had
in Miami,
just-
baby. Where you at?
I had just spent the whole night crying. Next thing you know, I'm popped up at the Kanye concert doing all this. They're like, girl, you living your best life, Shaw Liz. No, I'm
You know what?
falling
You got to
apart.
fake it to you.
I think that's
Make
the
it.
balance. You know what I'm saying? Although I was on vacation at that time doing that, I was still trying to heal myself, trying to recoup.
Trying to run from what
But you
you
know,
really going through.
when
Right.
you got back from all of that, Disha, and you got back home, and it hit you again, right?
Yeah, it's gonna hit you again.
It ain't
like, I
going
had a
nowhere
good
till you
time,
deal
but
with
here
it.
we go.
Nowhere.
You lay your head down on that pillow at night. You like, whoa.
This the
here
last
we
night
go.
in Miami.
And it always
Gotta go back home now.
Hey, on that flight home, it just be like, oh man.
Here we go.
You know,
Here we
Back
go.
to it.
I ain't lying. I'm like you, Nate. When I be going through my depression, I want to be in a dark room. You know what I'm saying? I think for like a year straight, I probably cried every day. At some point in the day, I had to cry. You know what I'm saying? I think
I have no more tears left. My tear ducts was like, girl, what you doing? We done. We out of water. We done. Yes.
And that's where I'm at now. Hey, that's where I'm at now. I done cried so much that
I don't even have no tears left. I be wanting to cry. I be like, God, what are you?
Hey, you be feeling like you gotta cry, you know, because sometimes nothing might not be wrong with you, but you just might have a down moment to where you feel like I need to cry, but I can't even cry. You know what I'm saying? Like they done dried up because I just done been through that cycle so many times.
Well, maybe it's God, not wanting us to be so emotional all the time. Right, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because you can cry so much, and every time I cry, I don't know about y'all, but when I cry, it's like it's draining.
Yeah, you sleep. You get the best.
You get good sleep now.
Hey,
you get good sleep.
Y'all ever got a whooping boy? That post whooping nap. I feel like I slept for 3 days.
Hey, when I'm depressed, that's all I want to do is sleep.
Yep. I don't really want to eat that much. I might snack around, but I want to lay in the bed.
I just want to kind of sleep, and I just want to be solo.
They call it depression naps. When I was diagnosed with all of that, I really used to Google this kind of stuff. And depression naps is so real. You think you sleep for 30 minutes, you really sleep for like 4 hours.
Man,
you wake up and be like, wait a minute.
Hey, because I have a period of like a week off straight. You know what I'm saying, from working and stuff. So I will sleep a solid 2 days. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I might wake up to go to the bathroom or whatever. But like that's how I hope
you wake up, go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I wake up, I go to the bathroom. I really wouldn't eat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I really wouldn't eat at all. I would wake up, I go to the bathroom, I go back to sleep.
But we're sitting here talking about this, and there's so many people that don't think that depression is real.
Right.
They like, oh, I ain't depressed. I'm just feeling that.
You try to put that shield up. That shield is gonna have
no, you're depressed.
Yeah,
you're depressed.
You falling apart.
Yeah, but people also got a different. I hate when one of my pet peeves is someone who still struggles from time to time with mental health. Everything is not depression. You can say, girl, my hair ain't done, I'm depressed.
No, baby, you ain't depressed. You just need to call your beautician.
I really hate when someone said, oh, this weather is so bipolar. No. Weather can't be bipolar.
I'm bipolar, not the weather.
Yeah, like people try to desensitize mental health because, oh girl, I made a mistake. Oh, I'm depressed. No, you're sad.
Yeah,
you're not
sad.
You're not depressed. You're sad because depression is something you do not want to put on your life. I don't speak that on anybody.
I wish that on my worst enemy.
For real.
Exactly.
It hurts. It really does hurt. So
and trying to heal after depression. Yeah, you know that.
My thing was trying to mend friendships, going back and apologizing like, hey, I'm sorry I disappeared for 2 months. I was going through X, Y, and Z. And to me, the older I get, the more I realize, okay, now you're just repeating that behavior. Yeah. Tell them people what you're going through, and if they don't respect that or don't understand, then okay, that wasn't your friend from the jump. But luckily for me, all of my friends understood, and they know when I go into that shell, they'll just say, hey, let me know when you're okay. I know you don't really like talking to people when you're going through it, but let me know when you're okay. Yeah. And that is how a grown person communicates. Right. You know, when I was going through that as a kid, I just went through it like, all right, F everybody, y'all wouldn't hear from me from the jump. And they're like, girl, what is you? We don't even know what you're going through. But when I tell them, yeah, I'm going through a rough patch, just bear with me. I'll talk to y'all and let y'all know what I'm going through when I'm done with it. And that's just how I deal with it. Everybody's different, but that's how I deal with it.
Hey, on the real though, like he could tell you, like throughout our friendship, I wasn't never really like to just elaborate on stuff. Yeah, but
she picked what she wanted to say.
I would pick and choose what I wanted to say, and then when stuff come up, they'd be like, what is come from? But really just like in the last year, like he be having to hear it a number of times during a week. Sometimes every day I gotta vent about the same stuff.
It's a blessing you have him. It's a blessing that he has you. You need that person like we talked about earlier.
It just feel good to get it out.
Yes.
It just be feeling good to get it out.
If you ever been to counseling or therapy or anything, that's the first thing they tell you. Talk about it.
I be feeling like I need to go to therapy, you know what I'm saying, when I was going through what I was going through. But then you have that man like, what they gonna tell me?
No, I'm a living witness.
And you went to a therapist?
I did.
I went to a psychiatrist. And so psychiatry, it's like, I talked to her for 15 minutes. She said, okay, we're going to put you on this, that, and that, and that. And if you don't feel good on it, just throw them away and get some more. Yeah. Psychiatrists more so medicate you. Yeah. And medicine is good at sometimes, but y'all, I literally, when I was on my bipolar, anxiety, depression medicine, I used to take around 7 pills a day just to get me out of bed.
Controlled your life.
All I did was eat, and sleep and eat and sleep. I gained like maybe 60 pounds of that 1 year just eating and sleeping. That's why now I be in the gym about to pass out because I'm like, oh, I gotta get this. You know, I gotta get this out for me, like for real. So realize what you're going through. A counselor, like you have those in most schools. A therapist, you would have to, pay for your insurance or whatever. Right. A psychiatrist is basically a pill pusher.
Yeah.
They're gonna give you medicine. Right. They're not gonna talk to you much. I probably talked to this lady for maybe 20 minutes. After that, she wrote me a prescription. I filled it and I slept for maybe 3 days, got up and ate like a hog. That's what that medicine. Everybody's different, but that's what it did for my body.
See, I've never experienced that. I actually went to, and even like I've been to grieving counseling because I had a lot of tragedy through my life that I didn't understand. I was blaming myself. So I had to actually go see somebody for grieving. Like, how do you grieve? What's the process? And so I've been through it, and I encourage anybody. Do it.
Go to therapy.
That's what they're made for.
I might have to give them a little copay one day.
I'm telling you.
I ain't gonna pay the full price.
And you know what? I know it's gonna be most likely a lot of church people watching this, but a lot of black people, when they're going through something, black people always say, "Girl, just pray about it." Give it to God. But all right,
God give you senses too.
Exactly. God put these people on earth for a reason. Use your resources. That's like if I got a broke arm, will I go in front of the church with this broke arm and say, "Lord, God,
I'm going to the doctor."
Fix it, Jesus. Please, right.
Hey, you gotta lay it on the altar for real.
Because really, when you're going through something mentally, it's a pain that can't be seen. So would you go to the preacher with a broke arm, or would you go to the doctor?
Well, so the Bible say faith without works is
dead.
Okay.
Let me tell y'all. When I was in my dark spot, I really felt like the devil had took over me.
Yeah. He did.
Hey,
depression
he
is
took
of the
me.
devil. It's
real.
It's real.
Yo,
man, full of evil thoughts.
Man, I turned into the devil. You know what I'm saying? Because I had just been so tired of just being a person that give everybody the benefit of the doubt, try to see the good in people, and they just don't.
Man, at the time, I thought everybody was out to get me and ruining my life, and they had it out like for real. And I did some devilish things in that phase because hurt people. When you in a dark place, you want to see people in the dark place.
I was hurt in that time. Like I was hurt. I was just fed up, and like I just became like, forget everything. You know what I'm saying? You want to hurt me? I'm gonna show you what hurt is. You know what I'm saying? And now that I look back at it, I was in such a dark spot. When you talk about like talking to God, I was so ashamed to talk to him. Because of my actions, you know what I'm saying? Like
he already knew it.
I went through months to where I was like, I would want to pray, but I was like, I ain't gonna say the prayer.
Cause like, what would you say? You can't say, God, I love you. It's like, yeah, I do, but I don't want to feel love.
Like, why you making me feel this?
Exactly.
I don't want to come to you right now. You know what I'm saying? You should never be upset with God, but you get in that space to where you like, I'm upset.
Yeah.
Why you keep doing this to me? Because I got a good heart. I'm doing everything you asking me to do.
I remember crying to my mama like, Ma, I go to church. I pray. I'm a good person. Why am I still going? But I'm telling you, when them moments when you break down and call your mama, that's how you know, like, yeah, I'm to the end.
I'm to the end now.
Mom, please,
my mom dropped everything to come and be there. And that's when I knew I was screwed up. I was at work, like I said, with headphones in my ear with her just on the phone. I couldn't even function. Talk about like how messed up your mental health be. You know what I'm saying?
Stay on the phone with your mama all day because that's
like
the only one can soothe you.
It's like they
you become a baby again.
Yeah.
You become a baby.
I went back and like even throughout my pregnancy, let me tell you, like my mom, so she came later in my pregnancy. But it had got, and even before that, she was coming on the weekends. I was like, you gonna come this weekend? You gonna come this weekend? And let me tell you, like, when she finally came and just dropped everything, I had to sleep in the bed with her. Yeah. I was like, I gotta sleep in the bed with you. And like, I don't just want to sleep in the bed with you. I want you to put your arm on me. Yeah, like, hold
breathe on me, mama.
Yeah, breathe on me.
I'll call my mama and be like, Mom, what's your exact location? I just need to talk to you. And she'll be at work. I can hear her click clacking away, and I'm just on the phone.
Hey, I appreciate you for listening this long. Give us a break.
All right, so just going back on that aspect, man, definitely need your person, your mom, when you're going through what you're going through. And, you know, I think it sucks, too, because a lot of people just don't have mom.
Or dads.
Or dad. You know, like Meg, both her parents gone right now. She just went through, like, a traumatic event. Like, all the people who, for you, are gone, you know, and that's a lot of people's reality. And a lot of people just don't have, like, a loyal friend. You know what I'm saying?
That's
a
true.
lot of people don't have a loyal friend. They might not have a loyal friend on the wave of they just isolate themselves. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Some people don't know how to make friends.
Some people don't know how to make friends. Some people just sabotage friendships because of, childhood traumas that they don't really understand. So, yeah, you got to have your person. You definitely got to have your person.
That's true.
So a lot of people suffering in silence. I think the whole part of just this podcast is it's okay to not be okay.
And you are not alone. Ooh. You're not the only one that's
You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
I watch people, you know what I'm saying, out here like, I'm happy. I'm the happiest I've ever been. Like, I'm at that point to where I tell people like, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
I'm
working on it.
I'm a work in progress.
I'm on my way to my guru phase. And just last week I had to tell a person like, I'm not okay. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I am hurt. I am angry. And I have the right to be. You know what I'm saying? Yes. You got to understand too, you have a right to your emotions.
That's right.
You have a right to your emotions and you need to feel things, because my thing is I've always wanted to feel things. You know what I'm saying? Generically, no enhancements to what I'm feeling. No alcohol and nothing to kind of ease me over. I wanted to feel it because I want to internalize that so that I can never feel it again. So I can take the pure lesson from it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of look at, this is why I'm feeling this way. Sometimes you got to look at self. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might have hurt you. You know what I'm saying? But then you got to look at self, like, why did I allow this person to hurt me? You know what I'm saying?
Self-love. We talked about that too.
Self-love. And I was saying earlier, a lot of people talk about loving yourself. Loving yourself is hard, like I said, because when you start to love yourself, you look back over all the things you tolerated. You know what I'm saying? All the things you didn't deserve, all the ways you might have abused yourself emotionally, abused others emotionally. You know what I'm saying? When that self-love kicks in, it comes with reflection. You know what I'm saying? And that's a hard reality to sit back and just face, like, man, you know what I'm saying? I haven't been the best person. People haven't been the best person to me. You know what I'm saying? But you have to just
that's also a part of the healing process as well too.
Your healing is hard.
Yeah, but reflecting back and knowing that whatever decisions I made or whatever I done, it's in the past. Right. You got to be able to say, that's it. I'm only looking towards the future.
Like they said on The Lion King, the past is in the past. You either gonna run from it or learn from it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
You have to make a decision.
Hey, and that'd be my biggest thing too. That'd be my biggest thing. I told him that earlier. It'd be hard for me to let stuff go sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It'd be hard for me to let stuff go because, you be knowing the person you being in whatever situation, you know what I'm saying? Or it kind of just be a lot of weight on you. You know what I'm saying?
But in order to completely heal,
you gotta
move on. It has to be a hands taken off. Yep. And it has to be a moving
you
on.
have to realize too, that's just not something that happened in one day.
It's not. It's a process.
I think that's the final step. When you let it go, that's how you know, okay,
it takes time, because I used to always tell people that's going through stuff, if you just keep waking up every day, it'll get better. And I think the thing is, you got to allow yourself the time. You have to allow yourself the time. Like, don't let nobody rush you. You know what I'm saying? To fix yourself. You have to
I can speak on myself. Doing my healing, I found out the things I like. What do I really like to do?
My mama always asks me, Lisa, what makes you happy?
What makes you happy?
That's a simple question.
The therapist taught me that.
It's a lot of
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Sitting here today doing this, you know what I'm saying? This a good vibe. And this podcast is not just gonna be like talk about mental health all the time. I'm gonna put y'all on game about a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk about the hot topics. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot of fun podcasts. I just felt like with the pandemic and everything that was going on, this was a state of emergency. To just put the content out to the followers and stuff and the people that just look to us to let them know, hey, a lot of people look at me. I have people all the time telling me man, I love what you're doing, this and that. And they give me my good deeds or whatever. But they don't have no idea that I'm
what goes on behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Right. And then, you have to really, like I said, you have to find out what you like.
Right.
What is it that I like to do? What I enjoy? What I love doing? Once you find that out, it helps with your healing.
It helps.
Because now your focus is on yourself And the thing
I realize what makes me happy is this. You talked about it earlier. How my family always throwing something, always giving something. That's what makes me happy.
Right.
So I could be in Houston.
Time.
Yeah, I could be in Houston working like a dog, but I know I could feel that clock ticking. Like, oh yeah, I need to go home.
Right.
I need my family. I need
Right.
my cousins. I need my nephews. I need my nieces. I need my mama. I need those people. We don't be doing nothing but sitting in the house playing music, drinking, playing cards. But at that moment, I feel at peace.
Means a lot.
I feel happy, and then I come back because I get tired of them. And I
don't take me but a few days.
Okay,
I'm coming on back.
Exactly. I could come back and we could do it all over again. That's what life is about.
Right,
So whatever
right,
makes you
right.
happy. But I know everybody's not like that. They got a toxic family environment, but thank God that I have that family environment that just makes me feel happy.
Right,
so
right,
find out what makes you happy.
Yeah, my thing is I just like to go somewhere. I like to go on a trip. And that's be my thing. I might not go on a trip for 2-3 months, but like when 3 months hit, I'm like, all right,
This time.
I need to go do something.
Yeah, and
whether it's
you know
just
that's
drive
what makes you
to another
happy.
state, you know what I'm
And
saying?
I be living through your travel. I be like, man, look at cousin. Woo! I know that was
Hey,
fun.
I always say if I ain't got no money, I'm gonna find something to go on vacation because that's just something that it gives you that boost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To go back and fight your
And you
day-to-day
can tell
fights.
that's what makes you happy.
Right,
You know? And
yeah.
Even when she's doing it, like if you
when they
see
talk
her,
about it, when they talk about it,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
makes you happy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it don't make me happy because you always leave us. But you know, we gonna leave that alone though.
We gonna
Well,
say
see, I knew nothing about you, so if me and her ever went somewhere, she never.
Holla at me. Holla at me, cousin.
He
Holla at me, cousin.
just invited
Hit
people
my
on the
passport.
trip.
I got you, family.
Nah, man. Hey, on real stuff, I don't be planning trips with a lot of people because, man,
They fly
It's a
every
lot
time.
of people that will let
if you
down.
gonna go, I go with you all day, every day.
I'm
But
going.
man, I just hate planning a trip with somebody and they be like, "Oh, I ain't going." You know what I'm saying?
It's most likely the black people.
Then it be last minute.
Right, I
Oh,
plan the trip
like
for-
I like to do crazy stuff now.
I ain't doing none of that crazy stuff. I'm
See,
telling you right
see,
now.
I
Leave me
like-
alone.
Disha jump off the moon if they let
I'm not
her.
going. Leave me home.
I like to go snowboard. I
I'm
like
most likely
to
to be
jump
right
off
behind you.
waterfalls. You know what I'm saying? I like to do the crazy stuff
don't do
too.
none of that.
So I kind of just be like, I ain't gonna take nobody on vacation if I'm gonna leave them and go scuba diving. You know what I'm saying?
I won't be there.
Well, we can be in the water. You can be
Yeah,
on the beach.
I see how y'all
She
come
gonna be
back.
trying to make sure her hair don't get wet. I got my braids in.
I'm gonna see how y'all get back.
You know what I'm saying? But I think this was a good podcast.
Yeah.
It was a good podcast. Thank everybody for tuning in today to Red Cup Conversations. You know,
Yes, sir.
I don't know when I'm gonna do the next episode. I think it's gonna be pretty soon. I gotta figure out what my topic gonna be. But thank you for tuning in. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I gotta get used to that for the YouTube people. Hey, for
Like,
the YouTube
comment, and
people,
subscribe.
make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying?
All three.
So yeah, thank you for tuning in to Red Cup Conversations, and we'll see y'all next time where we have real talks with real people.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.